What's up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today I'm going to prove to you that the boy featured in Playdead's Inside and the boy that is revealed in the Secrets of the Mall DLC for Little Nightmares are not the same child. Aside from some very obvious facts that many people are choosing to ignore, such as the fact that each title was created by different developers, I'm going to examine and analyze the worlds of each of the games and also scrutinize the few details we have about the mystery characters so that you can confidently choose to believe that they are indeed two separate beings. Spoilers ahead. Now let's start with the most superficial, and no, I'm not going to say, well, one boy wears blue and the other wears red. They must be different. I'm sure they could change if they had a little virtual closet. We're going to begin with their aesthetic features and visual appearances. Both boys are not fully matured, and they both seem to have pale skin and black hair. Although from at first glance the boys might look strikingly similar, they actually have distinct features that make them quite different. The boy from Inside, which we will refer to as Red from this point forward, has short hair that is slightly resemblant of a chili bowl type haircut and a round face. The boy from the Little Nightmares DLC that we see in the vanilla game offering Six bread from behind the iron bars during her first hunger sequence is quite the opposite. We will refer to him as Blue from this point forward. Blue has a much more shaggy hairstyle and upon close inspection has very angular features. Despite the fact that the developers for these games purposely avoided having defined, detailed characters, the points I mentioned are indeed visible to any player. Let's move on to the surrounding worlds in which each of the characters live. Both characters seem to live in a post-apocalyptic setting. However, there are several important differences. Red's world seems nearly abandoned. The only other adults seen are employed by the facility that serves as the central hub for humanity. Red's existence is dictated by advancements made in science and applied technology, however twisted it may be. Blue's world, on the other hand, although having experienced its fair share of chaos and decimation, seems to be quite the opposite. Blue's world is far from abandoned, as endless lines of guests pour into the mall year after year to partake in their cannibalistic ritual. An abandoned world would hardly be able to provide the sustenance for the lady and the monsters of the mall year after year as far as anyone's memory can even hope to remember. Additionally, one key factor that really stood out was the fact that the monsters of the mall and its surrounding world seem to have been touched by magic. The lady in particular is a great example of this, as she can take the form of darkness, weaponize it, and even use some form of telekinesis. Abilities that Six demonstrates upon the lady's defeat. Similarly, the mirror that Six uses to defeat her seems to have magic properties of its own. The aberrations in Red's world are the creations of science. Blue's monsters are the work of magic. Another minor detail worth mentioning is the fact that Red's size and the adults, vehicles, structures, etc. are all proportional in size. Blue and his surroundings seem to swell out of proportion, and even things such as chairs, keys, and even other bodies are just gargantuan in comparison to his Red counterpart. Now, of course, this is assuming that Six and Blue are similar in size, which we can tell in the sequence where he does give her the bread. Lastly, and trust me, if you're not convinced by this point, there's just no hope. The canonical ending for Inside proves without a shadow of a doubt that Red and Blue are just as different and unique as you are from me. At the end of Inside's main story, Red finally locates the Hivemind. As he frees it, it consumes him, and together, he and the Hivemind, now a singular being, escape the facility and seem to either die or lie motionless. This absorption is by no means reversible and proves that Red, as part of the Hivemind, is not Blue. Red and Blue are two different boys from two different worlds, created by two different developers. And even though I absolutely love both games, there is no connection between them despite the subtle similarities. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Before I let you go, I would like to do something different and see if you would like to have me do a video on the analysis of the graphic novel recently released for Little Nightmares. If not, be sure to expect a wide variety of content ranging from more theories to skill-based gaming, tips and tricks, let's plays, and more. Be sure to let me know in the comments. And as always, it's the Inhuman one, signing out.